All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Limitless Mindset Podcast. I am excited to be here today, and I wanted to say thank you guys for listening in. I was kind of recapping some of my stats for last year for our podcast, and it was absolutely incredible, and I have nobody to thank but you guys, honestly, for just being awesome and listening. I love the feedback you guys get. I love the DMs that you guys give me, just asking for some input on things and little nuggets that you guys take away from the show, and I love that when you guys share it and you guys tag me in it, because it's awesome that you guys are actually working on getting the message out there and sharing what I'm putting out. Obviously, I do this for free. I don't make any money on this. I just try to share this to add a little bit of value and do my part in helping those of you guys that are out there trying to build a business, build a brand, or work your guys' way up to the top. I try to share what it is I've learned along the way, what I'm currently working on, and some of the lessons that taught me the most with you guys to hopefully prevent you guys from not only winning, but also save you guys from making some of the same mistakes that I do. So again, thank you again for sharing this. It's been absolutely incredible. Right as we roll right into January, I'm excited. So today, I'm going to jump right into it. Today, I want to talk a little bit about some of the things I'm seeing out there right now that I think need to stop in order for you to win going into 2023. What people are doing right now, what's super common out there for a lot of people, is they are playing the game not to lose instead of putting a focus on playing the game to win. Now, as you listen to that, some people may say, what the hell does that mean? There's a pretty clear distinction between playing the game to win, which means you are hyper competitive, you are set to dominate at all costs. You're going to do whatever it takes to figure it out how to win at whatever game you guys are playing at this phase in your guys' life right now, whether that's business, personally, physically, mentally, it doesn't matter. You guys are in it to win it. You guys are going to do whatever it takes at all costs to make that happen for yourself because you've made a commitment and you guys made a promise to yourself. On the other hand, a lot of people are playing the game just not to lose right now. They're operating from a scarcity mindset. They're not really going all out. They're just operating in a place to maintain what they currently have because they're operating out of fear that they're going to lose what it is that they've worked hard to build. Well, there is a necessity in that, and that you should obviously work to protect what you guys have created. The same drive and hunger that got you guys there was not the drive to just maintain. The drive that got you guys to where you are now, if you guys are in a place of, constant pursuit of growth, was that desire for hunger, the desire to win. And what happens is a lot of people, when they start winning, then they transition back to just a surviving mode, not to lose, right? They're playing a game not to lose. And guys, I want to remind you guys that you need to think about things differently. When you guys are out there, especially in a market like we are right now, in an environment like we are right now, if you guys are in real estate, or if you guys are in any other business right now, the economic conditions that we are in are going to be absolutely turbulent. For example, in real estate, the total transaction count in the Phoenix market is going down right now. There's just not a lot of activity taking place necessarily because we're kind of at a weird place in economic conditions, right? We have sellers that have sat on their homes for the last couple of years because they're sitting at a hyper low interest rate that we may never see again in our lifetime, to be honest with you. And we have buyers that aren't liking our current interest rates of, low sevens to mid sixes currently. So there's a huge gap in between where the sellers are at their rates to the buyers. Mix in a whole bunch of world turmoil going on right now, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of market speculation, and it's just a recipe for people kind of staying stagnant right now. So what happens is there's not as much volume or transactions taking place. I'm sure that this is going to relate to many of you guys in other industries such as lending, title, even ancillary businesses that you guys have that could be other companies as people scale back, right? Maybe you guys are in auto sales where that's going like crazy and you're starting to see that back off a little bit. Maybe you guys are in some other, business that you guys are starting to notice a little bit of a slowdown. It's not necessarily that these businesses are not, or the volume, the customers are not there. It's not that the transactions aren't taking place. It's just less of them. I had a meeting the other day with my brokerage and we had talked about this, and I think it's worth sharing with you guys that while the piece of the pie shrinks, there's still pie there. The real question is how big of a piece of pie are you guys going to take? And when you guys are out there right now playing in offense mode, you guys are playing just to maintain, you guys are playing to protect what you guys have. You're not putting in the same energy, effort, and mindset that you guys put into place that got you there to begin with. You guys probably remember when you started in the business. I remember when I did, I was hungry. Any endeavor you guys got into, if you guys remember, if you guys are small business owners, maybe you guys are in lending, maybe you guys are in mortgage, I bet you guys can remember back to day one where you had all the aspirations of just absolutely dominating. You were going to do whatever it took to be successful in that business or that career path that some of you guys are in. You guys woke up with excitement. You guys woke up with a little bit of fear inside. Can I make it? What if I don't make it? and then that was overridden by no matter what, I'm going to make it. You guys were out there to win. You guys were out there for the reward. You guys were out there for the trophies. You guys were out there to make a name for yourself because you guys were trying to scratch and fight your way to the top. And I want to remind you guys that that is the same skills that you guys are going to need to put into play for 2023 to survive in a market that's declining. It's not that the business isn't there, guys. Business is out there. Customers are still going to be consuming. Manufacturers are still going to manufacture. Just the overall volume in an economic recession tends to shrink because it doesn't go as fast. That doesn't mean it completely goes away, and you guys need to understand that. What's going to happen is the people that are out there that are in it to win it, the people that are going to dominate will find a way to take a majority of the market share. They're hungry. They're going to get creative. They're going to adapt because they're in it to win it. They're finding new ways to do things. They're trying to innovate their business. They're trying to, restructure things and try to find out where all their inefficiencies are, because no matter what, at any cost, they're going to make sure that they come out of the other side of a challenge on top. That's what winners do. That's what happens when you guys play the game to win. No matter what happens, no matter what the odds are against you, you have it set in your mind that you do need to win that game, and you are there to dominate, and you are competitive. Now, on the other side of that in this market, if your whole business model is I just need to figure out how to maintain what I have, and you're not looking forward, you're not looking down the field, you guys aren't looking at the end game, you guys are inevitably going to lose because it's hard to maintain volume that just isn't there. So where you guys are seeking and where you guys are looking for a new plan of action to just maintain what you guys have, you guys need to understand that while that volume is shrinking, you need to get competitive and you need to get hungry. So again, if you guys are in a game just to play defense, you guys are just protecting what you guys have. That is not a place of growth. That's not a place of, focusing on the future. I would highly recommend that you guys reevaluate where you guys are at right now in life and where you guys are at in business, and really ask yourself the honest question: am I playing just to maintain? Am I playing just not to lose, or am I playing to win? In these economic turmoil conditions right now, when things are just all up in the air, you guys need to be absolutely competitive. It is imperative that you guys are as competitive as possible, as a matter of fact, because as market share shrinks, guys, you guys want to be the ones that are taking that share. It's the person that's hungry. It's the person that wants it. It's the person that's here to dominate. It's the person that at no matter what, at all costs, they know they're going to come out on the other side of this thing winning and dominating. There's plenty of us out there that have that mindset. So I would suggest that you guys really evaluate where you guys are at and evaluate yourself on if you're playing to win or if you guys are just playing to maintain right now. That's all I have for you guys today. I wanted to make it short and sweet, but I wanted to make it something effective for you guys, because as we start this year off, too many people these last couple of years have been playing just to maintain. They did a great job of getting to where they are. This is why you guys see a lot of companies stagnate. This is why you see small business owners grow. They get a little bit of growth, and then all of a sudden they get some bearings underneath them. They start making a little bit of decent money, and then they transition their mind off of being there to dominate and win to just maintaining what they've had, because they have such a fear of losing. But you guys have heard me talk about on past shows and episodes that you can't ever grow if you guys are operating in a scarcity mindset. And when you guys are operating just to protect and you're not operating to grow, you guys are living in scarcity. You're telling your mind basically that not to focus on what future possibilities, what opportunities are out there for you. You're training your mind to not seek down the road potential business growth and expansion or personal growth and expansion. And then instead, you're taking all of your energy and effort and you're focusing on just maintaining what you currently have, just protecting what you currently have. Meanwhile, other people are out there continuing to grow. And that's how you guys see these smaller companies or business owners go under, or they get passed, because they're not staying as creative, they're not staying as hungry, and they're not staying as ingenuitive as they used to be that got them to that place in the first place. You guys have to constantly keep your pedal down, keep that foot on the gas, keep things moving if you guys are looking to continually grow and scale your guys' company and businesses. Times change, things adapt. Look at Blockbuster, for example. Everybody remembers, especially if you guys were my age, born in the 80s, early 90s, going to that Blockbuster. It was huge. It was the place to be on a Friday night. You'd be there getting movies. New company called Netflix rolled around and offered to sell their business to Blockbuster. And Blockbuster thought that they didn't need to stay hungry. They didn't need to stay competitive. They just needed to maintain their current market share. Eventually, the people that were hungry, aka Netflix, came around, created something entirely new, revolutionized, because they were set on becoming better than everybody else. And it put the person that was just trying to maintain, aka Blockbuster, out of business eventually, because they didn't play to win. They weren't out there constantly adapting. They weren't looking down the road. They weren't looking for new business opportunities. They were just focusing heavy on maintaining what they had built and staying stagnant. And that's how things go, guys. You guys have probably heard that story time and time again. Technology changes, the way we do things change, human patterns change. Everything always changes eventually. And if you continue to do the same thing to maintain what you have, eventually you will be getting passed by those that are in the game to win. Hopefully you guys have an absolutely incredible week. I'm excited. We're almost wrapping up with January, 1 month in, and it's been crazy. We've had some crazy momentum. We're personally getting ready to move into our office, which I'm excited about. I'll share some videos of that soon. But yeah, guys, I just want to share some wins with you guys that we've got going on, and I hope you guys are out there winning. As always, guys, get out there. Let's crush it.